AI will not just take your job, it will take your salary first, and you will not even notice until it is too late. Welcome back to Code Sunset. I am Ethan Cole. Over 14 episodes, we have covered the layoffs, the timeline, the skills that survive, the freelance collapse, and the opportunity to build. Today, we talk about something that affects every single person still employed in tech: your compensation. Because even if you keep your job through everything we have discussed on this channel, AI is about to reshape what that job pays. And the direction is not up. Let me explain the mechanism. Salary is a function of supply and demand. When few people can do a job and many companies need it done, salaries rise. When more people can do it, or fewer companies need it done, salaries fall. AI is doing both of those things simultaneously, and that is what makes this different from anything the tech industry has experienced before. On the supply side, AI tools are turning mid-level engineers into senior-level producers. A developer with 3 years of experience using Copilot, Cursor, and Claude can now generate output that would have required 7 or 8 years of accumulated knowledge just 2 years ago. They can write more complex code, debug faster, navigate unfamiliar code bases, and ship features at a pace that was previously impossible without deep expertise. The effective supply of senior-level output has increased dramatically, without a single new senior engineer entering the workforce. On the demand side, companies need fewer people. We covered this in episode 10. Shopify's Toby Lutka told his entire company that no team can request new headcount until they prove the work cannot be done by AI. Klarna replaced 700 customer service agents with AI systems. Duolingo cut contract translators after deploying large language models. These are not hypotheticals. These are policies and decisions already in effect at real companies. The demand for human labor in tech is declining. When supply goes up and demand goes down, prices fall. In this case, the price is your salary, and we are already seeing it. Levels.fyi, the compensation tracking platform, reported that median total compensation for software engineers in the United States fell between 2023 and 2025, not stagnated, fell. New offers for senior roles at major companies are coming in 10 to 20%, below what identical roles paid 18 months ago. Hiring managers are openly admitting in private that they have been told to bring people in at the bottom of the band, not the middle. But the real damage is not the headline cuts. It is salary compression. This is where the pay gap between junior, mid-level, and senior narrows until the distinction barely matters. If an AI-assisted mid-level developer can produce output that matches a senior developer, the economic argument for the senior premium weakens, not because the senior engineer is less skilled, but because the measurable output gap has closed. Companies will not slash senior salaries overnight. That would cause immediate attrition, and they know it. Instead, they freeze raises. They reduce or eliminate bonuses. They restructure levels so that promotions come with smaller increases. They backfill departing seniors with mid-levels at lower bands. The compression happens slowly, quietly, like boiling a frog. You do not feel the temperature change until it is too late to jump, and remote work makes all of this worse. When every role is remote, geography stops being a moat. A principal engineer in San Francisco is now competing for the same role against equally capable engineers in Warsaw, Bangalore, and São Paulo. Those engineers have the same AI tools, the same access to documentation, the same Stack Overflow, the same Claude, the same Copilot. The quality gap that once justified a geographic premium is gone. AI leveled the skill gap, and remote work leveled the access gap. The result is global wage competition at every seniority level. Let me be direct with you. The $200,000 base salary that became standard at FAANG companies during the last decade was an anomaly. It was the product of a very specific set of conditions: extremely limited supply of skilled software engineers, explosive demand from venture-funded startups burning cash to grow, geographic concentration in San Francisco, Seattle, and New York, where cost of living forced salaries upward. All three of those conditions are now reversing at the same time. Supply is expanding because AI amplifies the productivity of every developer. Demand is contracting because companies need fewer humans per unit of output. And geographic concentration is dissolving because the office is optional and the talent pool is global. Now, this does not mean every developer salary will collapse to zero. That is not the argument. The engineers at the top of the value chain, the ones making architectural decisions, understanding business context, translating ambiguous requirements into system design, they will continue to command premium compensation. Because their value is not in the code they write, it is in the judgment they exercise. But the broad middle, the engineers who were paid senior salaries primarily for execution speed, for translating tickets into pull requests, that group will see sustained structural erosion in their compensation, not a one-time cut. A long, slow decline that compounds year over year until the number on their paycheck no longer supports the lifestyle they built around it. The practical implication is this: do not plan your financial future around your current salary maintaining its trajectory. The trajectory has already changed. Build financial resilience now while you still have the income to do it. Save aggressively, reduce your fixed costs, develop income streams that exist outside your primary employment, and most importantly, move up the value chain. Make sure your compensation is tied to judgment and decisions, not to how many lines of code you can ship per sprint. Has your company frozen raises this year? Have your stock refreshers come in lower than expected? Have you noticed that new hires are joining at bands that did not exist 12 months ago? Pay attention to those signals. They are not temporary. They are the new normal repricing itself into your paycheck. Next episode is our finale. We have spent 15 episodes laying out the full picture: the layoffs, the timeline, the skills, the freelance collapse, the opportunity to build, and now, the salary reality. Episode 16 answers the only question that matters. You know what is coming? What do you do about it? Subscribe to Code Sunset, truth without hype. I am Ethan Cole, and this is Code Sunset.